we've got it on. And so whenever you all are ready, I guess if you can say your name and then spell your name.
Okay. Hello, I'm Marge Wilson. Did you want me to spell it?
Yeah.
Margewilson.
And I'm interviewing Marge. I'm Jody Andes. So Marge has been a docent for 25 years, did you say?
Yeah.
What was your favorite part about being a docent, would you say?
I've liked so much about it. I suppose it's learning, but learning new things all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Learning about art, which I love, but also it's the friendships. Such a wonderful group of people.
You're talking about the friendships between docent
In
groups?
the docents, because you'd never meet the same people. And it's just been, they're lifelong friendships.
Mm-hmm. I think you mentioned something about being with the kids, too.
Oh, I love the kids. That's so fun because now I have grandchildren, actually great-grandchildren, those ages, so it's fun to be here with them. And, I use that with my own family, too.
So what brought you to the UMFA docent program? Why did you decide to get into it?
Well, I was teaching a class as a teaching assistant at the university, and every day I'd pass the art museum, the old art museum.
Okay.
So I decided I'd have a little time between classes, and I'd go in, look at the art. One day I saw this whole group of women at a meeting. And so I said, someone, what is that? Well, those are docents. They take people around. So I said, that's what I want to do. So that's when I became a docent. That was in about
That is so awesome.
1992,
Yeah.
93.
What were your favorite things to do or maybe discuss with visitors in the galleries?
Well, you want them to love the art, and so you try to take them to places that you're interested in, is that you also think they'll be interested in.
Uh-huh.
So with children, I usually use a map,
Mm-hmm. Okay.
and then I have lots of questions on the back of the map
Oh, those are for you.
to help me
Yeah.
remember all the things that I want to talk about. And I usually start with one of my favorite things, which is I start in the Hindu art, the Indian art, and one of the figures in there is Ganesh.
Mm-hmm.
And Ganesh has and probably people have seen it, it's the elephant head,
Okay.
the god that's the elephant head. And the story is that when Ganesh was 2 years old, he had never known his father because his father was a god and he was always traveling around the world. And so the doorbell rang and he went to the door and the man was there and wanted to come in. And he said, you can't come in my house. and so the man was very angry and he took a sword and cut off his head.
Oh, my Lord.
So when his mom came out, his mom was named Pavarati. And when she saw this, she said, you get a head for him. So he looked out, his name was Shiva. He looked out on the street and there's a baby elephant going by.
Oh.
So he cut off the head, put it on the little boy, and that became Pavarati. So that's a big one, but this is my little one.
Oh.
And I like to let the kids hold this.
Oh,
Because
sure.
they can see it. Now, Ganesh is a favorite of the Hindus because he brings them good luck and he blesses them. And they'll even have a little statue on a bus to protect the bus and make everybody
really?
happy. Yeah.
Cool. Very cool.
The father, Shiva, this is Shiva, and he travels all around the world, and this represents, and he's always dancing.
Ah.
And we have a big one of both of these at the museum.
So you use these for the kids to feel
Right,
and
so
such.
they have something they can hold. I think they like to do that.
Awesome. Awesome. And you have some other things here. Do you want to talk about those?
Well, sometimes we talk about the elements of art, and with fourth graders, I think it's really important. I didn't know what these were when I became a docent, and maybe other people's do, but we talk about lines and light and shadow, shapes, or forms, color, and texture. And if you talk about these, about the art, it takes all your time, but it helps put it in your mind really what art consists of.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. Are there any? I'm sorry. How did you know you had a good tour? What made you feel happy about an experience when you were with a group or
'Cause
finished with a group?
Fourth graders let you know.
No.
If they're bored, they let you know that they're bored. So it's their faces, and if they're interested and engaged, and if they wander over and want to see a piece of art, I'll say, let's go over and see that,
Oh, that's nice.
because they're engaged with it. I always try to involve them, and one of my favorite ways was with Memento Mori, which is a painting of the things that belong to a person who died,
Okay.
all his interests, and we point those out, a globe, and because he was a traveler. And then I asked the kids to draw a picture of their memento mori. If they were doing an art project of the things that they love. And so it could be a soccer ball or a piano or a violin or a guitar or whatever. And they get into that and they understand what
I imagine
that piece is about.
Wow, that's awesome. Is there anything else you'd like to say about your experiences being a docent, what it has been like for you, what being a docent even means to you?
Well, I would say it's just enriched my life unbelievably because of friendships and learning and trips. The docents every year have a trip to, so I've been to Chicago and Boston and St. Louis, and those are the ones I remember right off, where we've gone to the museums, and you go with a group of friends that you always have a wonderful time, but it's also to see the art.
Oh,
Get to know it.
fantastic.
So you're always learning. That's one of my favorite things about it.
Okay, thank you so much, Marge.
You're welcome. Thank you.
That's good. Thank you.